Good morning, dear students of class 10th. I welcome you all to this new class of Social Science 2, where we have to continue with the chapter Agriculture, Chapter 4, Geography, Agriculture. Now, children, in the previous live class, the first live class of class 10th, where we discussed that I will be sharing again the deleted portion and the revised syllabus again, which I am going to attach with this Google Classroom. Okay, there you can check out the syllabus content. Then number 2, which is the map work, which we will be taking up together. After completing this chapter agriculture, we will do map work of agriculture and water resources, right? So let us begin with the chapter, where in this chapter by now we have discussed number 1, introduction to agriculture. Then we discussed the types of farming, where we saw primitive intensive subsistence farming, primitives, then intensive subsistence farming, and then children, after that we saw shifting agriculture, and then we saw that commercial farming, which was majorly done to trade, to earn money for market, right? And now we will see the cropping pattern. Now, India has 3 cropping seasons. They are number 1 Rabi, number 2 Kharif, and number 3 Zaid. Rabi, Kharif, and Zaid. So let us see what are Rabi crops. So Rabi crops are sown in winter from October to December, and they are harvested in summer, which is April to June. So you have to keep in mind that Rabi is always harvested in winter and sown in summers. Then important crops are wheat, barley, peas, gram, mustard. States such as Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh are the main states for Rabi producing crops, mainly wheat. Then children, availability of precipitation in Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh and different parts of Rajasthan has also been an important factor in the growth of Rabi crops, right? So don't worry, I will be sharing the PowerPoint presentation of this chapter in Google Classroom as well. But you wish, and I think you should note down these important 4 points. For example, children, the 4 descriptive points which I discussed just now, if you are going to note it down, it is going to be a great source of help for you while learning the chapter further. Right? Now let us come to Kharif crop. Kharif crops, opposite of Rabi. They are sown in the onset of monsoon in different parts of country and harvested in winter season, that is September to October, when winter is about to come. So they are sown in monsoon, onset of monsoon, and they are harvested in September to October. Now important crops are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, moong, urad, cotton, jute, groundnut and soya bean. Then some of the most important rice producing regions are. Now you have to think which areas produce rice to a larger extent. For example, the staple food for Bengalis in West Bengal, that is rice. Assam. So you need to relate the practicalities of the crops also. Then West Bengal, Assam, coastal regions of Odisha. Then southern India is famous for rice. So Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Maharashtra, and particularly majorly the Konkan coast. Then children, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Now recently paddy has also become one important crop of Punjab and Haryana. In states like Assam, West Bengal, Odisha, the 3 crops of paddy are grown in the year. So the names of these paddy is a variety of crop. For all those who will be asking, paddy is a variety of crop and it is grown in West Bengal, Assam and Odisha in 1 year. Then every year, then the names of these paddy crops grown in these 3 states, Assam, West Bengal and Odisha: Os, Aman and Boro. Os, Aman and Boro. Now the two Rabi and Kharif must be clear to you. Let us come to Zaid crops. Zaid crops, the Zaid season is a short season between Rabi and Kharif. Rabi and Kharif crops during the summer months. So crops produced are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables and fodder crops. Fodder crops are the food for the rearing animals. So all these muskmelons, cucumbers are grown in these short span of time between Rabi and Kharif crops. Now, major crops of India. A variety of food and non-food crops are grown in different parts of the country depending upon the variations in soil, climate and cultivation practices. You cannot have same soil everywhere, you cannot have same practices everywhere because every state of India practices differently, and then the climate is also very different everywhere. So major crops grown in India are out of grains. Children, when I'll be sharing the PowerPoint presentation, that will be giving you a list. Alright, that will be giving you a list. So rice, wheat, millets, maize, pulses. These were the famous and major grains. Now, food crops other than grains, they are not grains. Sugarcane, oil seeds, tea, coffee, horticulture crops. And non-food crops as expected, rubber, fiber crops, cotton and jute. Right? So these are non-food crops. Now let us come to rice. Staple food crop of majority of the people in India. India is the second largest producer of rice in the world after China. Then children, I will be attaching the climatical requirements for the cultivation of rice with this presentation in the form of PowerPoint presentation. Alright, and the states which are rich in production of rice. Same goes children with wheat. Wheat is the second most important crop, cereal crop, and this is main food crop of the northern part of India and northwestern part of India. So this also has the geographical requirements for the growth, which I will be attaching with the map producing wheat and rice. Then comes millets, children. Millets like jowar, bajra, ragi are important millets grown in India. Though these are coarse grain. Coarse is rough. They are not smooth grains, but they have very, very high nutritional value. So ragi is rich in iron, calcium and other micronutrients. It is a crop of dry regions, right? So then children, and it is grown in Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand. Then children, jowar. Jowar is the third most important food crops after rice and wheat. Jowar is the third most important food crops, and it is grown in Maharashtra majorly. Then Karnataka, then Andhra Pradesh, then Madhya Pradesh. Then children, bajra. Bajra grows very well on sandy soils and shallow black soil. Shallow is not deep. Shallow means not deep, very shallow. Shallow black soils. So Rajasthan is the largest producer of bajra. Then followed by Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Haryana. Maize is used for both food and fodder. Important, very short question for 1 mark. Which crop is used as both food crop and fodder? So the answer is maize. Last year also it came, and year before last year also. So very important question. You need to learn the importance of these crops. All right, maize. Which crop is used as both food and fodder, means for consumption or our food and for animals also, maize. All right, so then comes the pulses, which I'll be attaching. Then we have sugarcane. Then we have tea. Tea is an example of plantation crop. Why don't we see that tea growing farms? We say tea plantations, coffee plantations, rubber plantations. Like I explained, plantations are large area of intensive farming, high inputs of labor and high cost. So tea, coffee, right? Rubber. Now, after this, we discussed horticulture. India is the largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the world. India is producer of tropical as well as temperate fruits. So fruits which are in great demand are mangoes from Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, oranges of Nagpur, bananas of Kerala, then lychee, guava of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Pineapples are very good in Meghalaya, plus coastal areas also. Then grapes of Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra, apples, pear, apricots, walnuts are richly found in Jammu and Kashmir. So India produces 13% of world's vegetables. You need to note it. How much percentage? 13%. It is an important producer of pea, cauliflower, onion, cabbage, tomato, brinjals and potatoes. Right? So then we will have rubber cultivation. Rubber is an equatorial crop, but under special conditions it is grown in tropical and subtropical areas. Equatorial crop is, it is easily grown in equatorial areas. Since India is lying in the tropical region, so it can also be grown in tropical and subtropical area. I am going to attach the geographical requirements for each crop, children, separately with the pictures in the PowerPoint presentation. And the next is fiber crops. What is fiber? The fabric. For example, I am wearing this cotton kurti. This is made of which fiber crop? Cotton. You carry jute bags. Jute bag is made of which fiber? Jute. So that cloth, converting crop which can be converted into cloth or fiber is known as fiber crops. For example, cotton, jute, hemp, silk, etc. Right? These are all grown in India. Then children, the first three are derived from the crops grown in the soil, but silk is obtained from a cocoon. Right? So rearing of silkworms for the production of silk is known as sericulture. Important term. What is sericulture? So rearing of silkworms for the production of silk is sericulture. Next fiber crop is cotton. I am going to attach the geographical conditions for cotton also. India is believed to be the original home of cotton plant. So everywhere in the world it is being believed that India is the original home for production of cotton. Alright? Home of cotton plant. So it means it is derived from India only, children. And India is the third largest producer of cotton. Right? So these specific conditions which will be given in very short. You just learn those and you can easily give the answers, children, even the long answers. But for that you need to learn those 4 or 5 geographical conditions. Okay? And that I will be giving you in the form of notes, in the form of PowerPoint presentation. Okay? Now today I am going to stop this class, and in the next class we are going to discuss technology and institutional reforms. Since we have studied agriculture, types, crops, etc., next we will be studying technology and institutional reforms. So thank you so much, students, for listening patiently, and this is my humble request. Please log into Google Classrooms. Bye bye and take care.